Good evening and welcome everybody to Bite Size. And I think I managed not to cock the open up this week, or did I? I might have done. Don't tell anyone. So, if you're new to Bite Size, this is a weekly live stream, weekly show that's also a podcast that we record on a Monday now. And we're talking a little bit more about gear, running shoes, kit, what's coming out on the channel, but basically just talking to you guys about stuff. So let me know in the comments first if you can hear me, see me, and all that sort of stuff. As usual, somebody please hit me up in the comment section whether you can hear and see me this week. But also, yeah, as we go through questions, comments, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to stick in there. Yeah, let's get stuck in, like it says in the open. Cheers, Mark. Thanks for popping along this week. And I've got to give a big shout out to everybody who watched last week and all the love for the show last week. So, like I said, this is the long run show we've still got. And obviously on a Friday, that will never change. This is a different dimension here. It's just me, which is a bit weird, but it's just me. But we get so many questions, so many comments about shoes and gear and kit and stuff like that. And, you know, a little bit more sort of stuff about the channel and stuff. So this is what this is all about. So there we go. So yeah, thanks everybody for the love for last week's show. I really appreciate it. It blew my mind how many people downloaded it. It blew my mind how many people actually watched it, which is kind of cool. I got to apologize to Mr. Kafuzi live because I know some people are upset that I do this at the same time as him, but I get home from work, and when I get home from work, there's nothing I can do about that. So that is what it is. But anyway, how are you doing? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you've been up to and all that sort of stuff. We've got a busy week this week. It's the National Running Show here in the UK at the end of the week. So I'm super stressed about that and getting ready for that at the moment. I'm trying to plan around that. But that's going to be good. If you're, by the way, if you're a Skechers fan and you're here in the UK, watch out on Friday. Over the weekend, we've got a big Skechers discount code coming your way. I probably shouldn't say that, but I have so what they can do about it. But that's coming your way on Friday. Saturday, Sunday, it'll be available. So if you're planning on getting some Skechers shoes, maybe you want to pick up some Max Row 5s, something like that. That's coming your way on Friday as part of the show. Good evening, Matt from Ohio. You're my hero. Good evening, Penny. Good evening, Mark. Good evening, Caman, UK. Good evening, Robert from East Midlands. East Midlands. Mark, I've already said hello. So you're talking about Skechers. Stay there. Because I've got, as I'm getting ready for the show, I've got some of my shoes out for the weekend. Look, we've got I haven't done a video yet on these. Can you see them? The Razor. We've got this camera up here. I remember I said to you last week, by the way, the dodgy light's not here. If you missed that, check out the video last week. We had a really dodgy light. But the Razor 4's here, which we haven't done the video yet, but that will be coming out at some point with the Razor 4. I really, 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 really like the shoe, but it's not available yet here in the UK, which is one of the reasons why we've held off on doing the video. But it actually says in here that this is a sample that I got sent from the guys at Skechers. But I think that just the fact it's got speed written on it, I think looks awesome. But yeah, so the video will come out. I might even film that this week. I tell you, I've got a film tomorrow. Actually, might as well do this now. Look, I don't know. Has anyone picked up these? Let me know. The Brooks Hyperion Max. Did anybody get a pair of these? I'm probably going to film tomorrow the video for later on in the week of these. Yeah, see how we get on. But this has been an interesting shoe, I would say, from Brooks. But I think it looks cool. I really like the colorway. Let me know if you like the colorway or not. Actually, I'm looking at this is status. I probably should have thought about this before we did it. It's like almost like I should have scripted it. Anybody got a Stripod? Stripod has sent us in a Stripod. They heard all the boys going about that. We've got a Stripod now coming. I don't know if they're any good or not. As you can see, I've not even opened it. Stay there. And then we've got these. I was out in these today. They weigh about as much as this house. This is the Adios. No, not Adios. Adidas Supernova. I think it's Super Glide 6. See that? Because of the funny camera. Interesting, heavy. I've got some socks, which I'll probably do a video. You guys, I love you guys. You ask me about socks a lot, especially on Instagram. FORDY, what are those socks you're wearing? So we've got some socks here. Shoe. Anybody running them? shoe. So we might do a socks video as well. Let me know. Do you want to see a socks video? Would that be interesting? I'm not sure it would be, but I think that's. There are some other bits. We've got some Asics GT 2011s as well. They're downstairs and stuff like that. So it's all gone a bit mad at the moment. And it's not really into like the new launch season yet. That's all going to be coming our way. So we'll have to get out of there. It's all right though, because marathon trading now is starting to pick up. Right, so let's dive in straight away. Missed a whole week of training due to the not COVID alert. Yeah, everybody seems to have had that non-COVID COVID thing. I'm sure it's COVID. That's what put me in A&E as well over a New Year. James Henderson, hi from Devon. Apologies if I keep coughing, by the way. Chris Wilmer, hi Chris. Love the Vaporfly Next Percent 2 for racing. With the new version coming out, would you change? Yeah, I would probably grab a pair of, because I was looking today. Don't tell the boss, but I was looking today on the Nike store. There were like 100 and was it £13 on Nike at the moment? I'd be tempted to get a pair of them personally. I'm a bit worried about 3. I said it. I might have even said it last week about the third version of it. I'm just a little bit nervous. They look like they've been tinkering quite a bit with that shoe. I don't know how much they might have overplayed it to try and bring something out for the sake of bringing something out, because they know they haven't. I mean, I might be calling it wrong, but I don't know. I know a lot of you guys have been put out a little bit by the Alphafly 2. And I know like Benny's Running, for example, still says the Alphafly 1 is better than the Alphafly 2. So I would be nervous about the 3s. So I'm even tempting myself to get version 2 at that price. But to be honest with you, my ones downstairs, the black and pink ones that I was using last year, they've got loads of miles left in them. So I might even wear them at the winter 10K. Is anybody doing the winter 10K? Let me know. Hello, Run the World. Martin Harvey, good to see you. Great Yarmouth. That was great. The video is going to be coming out in a couple of weeks from that. That's just in edit now, putting that together. Race shoes. I know I should have broke them pre-race. Right, so Gillian, there we go. Yeah, I got it working again, people. Gillian, race shoes. So if you're listening to this on the pod, I'm putting up some of the questions, so I'll try and read this out as best I can. I should have put my glasses on. I'm really getting old. I haven't had to wear glasses now. Race shoes. I know I should break them in pre-race. For how long? I've heard you talk about keeping them fresh for race day. Does that count for us? Fine. There's no difference between 5-hour marathoners and 2-hour marathoners. We all still go and do a marathon, so don't worry about times. It's irrelevant. Yeah, race shoes. In terms of breaking them in, I'm a bit of a funny one. I like to keep mine fresh to a degree. So my Adios Pro 3s, the new ones I've got, which I was wearing to the kids club, which is what you're probably referring to. I will wear them at the I don't know if I'm allowed to say I'm doing that race, but I'm filming a race for somebody. I will wear them at that race. If I nearer the time, I'll tell you what it is. But yeah, I'm going to do a half marathon. I'm going to lean on it a little bit, so I will put them into then. I probably would have done 5K or something like that in them before that race, but I know with the Adios Pro 3, I know they fit me. I know they fit true to size. I know what I'm getting, which is why I went out and got them. The pair I had for Amsterdam had already done, I think JBS, who kindly gave them to me, had already done like 10 miles in them. So they were, a little bit softened up, let's say. So, but usually with my race shoes, I will at least do a half marathon in them. I'm talking marathon shoes, by the way. I will do a half marathon in them. I might even do a 10, quickish 10K in them as well, to really sort of lean on them and see what's there. I don't know if that helps at all, but yeah, that's usually what I do with. But as I said, I was wearing them to the kids the other day, literally just to start softening them up, getting them used to my feet, taking a little bit of the edge off of them. What's this one here? What we got? David, I came to the UK for Christmas with the icings in -3 and back in South Africa, 32 degrees. Hero from South Africa, David, absolute legend. Is there is there a South Africa? Because again, I'm just an idiot. Is there a South African like big marathon or half marathon that we should come over and do? Because I could get Hayden to pay for that. He's got his private jet. He could fly us down there. That'd be pretty cool. Have you got the Mount Dyer? Right. Mark, sorry guys. Have you got the Wave Rebellion Pro in for testing? No. That's delayed in the UK. I don't know if I meant to say that, but apparently. But I'm in line to get a pair. I'm waiting to get them. So as soon as I hear, you'll know about it because obviously I'll smash it all over Instagram. But you guys will obviously now know on a Monday because that's one of the things about this show. We'll try and show you the sort of stuff that's arriving, like I did a minute ago, and what we're filming this week. But yeah, so the Wave Rebellion Pro will come in at some point when they land on our shores. Right, next one. What if they had Beacoat on them? What? Did you see my race number for Winter 10K? Mike, did you say? Hang on. Oh no, I said that's it. My our, all our numbers for the for this Winter 10K. I put them all down and they've all got Speak Up written on them just to annoy him. So that's good news. A Brooks shoe that looks good. I know, right? Seriously, right? Where is it? I'm not just saying this, but I think this looks good, people. Can you see that with the funny camera? I'm holding up a pair of Hyperion Max. If you're listening to this on the podcast, I think this looks good. This is where Brooks need to go, people. This is you compare this to a Ghost, right? Ghost, as I said, looks 1980s, right? This looks almost close to 2000s for Brooks. Being serious, yeah. I think the colorway helps, but I really like the look of this shoe. I really do. It's got the high toe spring and it's got that little wedge at the back. As a shoe in terms of looking at it, I think it looks awesome, and it's really light. In my size, it's really light. So yeah, it's good. Martin's got the Stride. Martin, what do you think of the Stride Pod? Are you going to be? Are you like Toby and Si just talk about it the whole time? Are you one of those Stripod people? I was. Oh, we go. We got John E. I was tempted by the Max, but trying to be good this year, not that won't last, John. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's why I want to go out again in them tomorrow. Before I put some sort of first impressions down in the Max, I'm a little bit. I'm a little bit undecided on it. Yeah, I'm not so sure. Love a good sock. Yeah, I think we will do a sock review, Mark. I think we will. Don't say prices of shoes. My nice in the saver next to me. Right, okay, here we go. What's this? Using the Saucony for easy runs because I wear all the okay, really struggling for a race day shoe. Wearing the Speed 2 at the moment. Have you tried okay, so firstly, if you're wearing orthotics and all that sort of stuff, have you tried it depends. So you're looking for a shoe with a plate in, I guess a real quickie shoe for the day. Have you looked at the Saucony Endorphin Pro 3? That's definitely a look in, or even the Pro 2. That's a very forgiving shoe, I would say, considering the stack height, considering the plate in it, etc., speed roll, and the foam in that. That's quite a forgiving shoe in terms of race day shoes. So maybe have a look at that. The Pro 3. I don't know whether they're on sale anywhere. Let us know in the comments, people, if anybody knows where you can get a Saucony Endorphin Pro 3 cheap. I know you can get the Pro 2 because Speedgoat grabbed a pair. He was running them last night when he tried to destroy me at 6.5-minute miles or whatever it was. What's the A6 10K like? Just sign up for Mark. Watch the video from last year's vlog. Admin didn't like it. It's a lot of money. I think if you paid, hopefully you got early bird on that. It's like anything, isn't it? It's a good London race through the capital. It's always nice running through the capital. It's usually warm. It's very well attended. It's got some, great marshals, great volunteers. But it's the question with the ASICs, the problem, sorry, with the ASICs is it's just so much money. It's hard to justify spending that amount of money on a 10K. But if you can get it early bird, then it's definitely worth a shout. It is a good one. It is, you can lick along there. Anybody doing the Farnborough Winter Half this Sunday? Yeah, I think there's some people in the 40 Runners community. Random question, right? We like a random one. Don't have to be about running shoes, people, or running. Could be around anything you like. Random question, but how do you find sizing between different brands? Yeah, it's not a random question. That's a really good question, right? So, and I find it between shoes from certain brands. So, New Balance, right? Work this out. In the New Balance 1080 version 12, non-winterized version, I got a 9.5 non-wide pair, and they fitted sweet as a nut. Okay, beautiful. Ruined them. They're now in the garage feeling sorry for themselves. I then got the permafrost, had to go to a size 10. And in the Rebel version 3, same problem, different sizing to what I had. And then when the SC trainer thing that nearly broke my legs, I actually shouldn't say I get shot by them. It didn't break my legs. I was just mucking about. I'll now get a court order from New Balance. Didn't, but yeah, it really didn't like my legs at all. But I had to size up in that as well. So I find even with some brands, their shoes differ. But New Balance seemed to be the worst at it. But 9 times out of 10, I'm a UK 9.5. So both those shoes I just showed you, actually all 3 of those shoes I showed you, including the Skechers, the Brooks and the Adidas, I'm a UK 9.5 in all of those brands. When I get sent a pair from the manufacturers, from the brands and the agencies, they always send me a 9.5. And if if it's not a 9.5, then I won't wear it, and I'll tell them I ain't wearing it. Jog on. I'm not sitting, squeezing my foot into a size that don't fit me just because you want me to make a video. Absolutely no interest. So I hope that helps. But yeah, there is some differences between brands, and there's also some differences within brands. Yeah, I hope that helps. Maybe it doesn't. Here we go. Where's this? Max Row 5 on Sports Direct, 85 quid. Mark, I'd wait till Friday. I'm just saying, leave that there with you. If you missed the start of the show, over here in the UK with the National Running Show, sponsors, Skechers are kindly going to be giving us a really nice discount to give away to everybody at the show. So on running shoes, so watch out for that. Comrades, yeah, okay, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, it's a good shout. Comrades, hardcore. Are you planning? Here we go. This is a great question. Are you planning on trying the Adidas Boston 12 when they come out? I think the leaked images look more familiar. Yeah, I am 100% going to be in the queue to get the Boston 12. The reason for that is I say Boston 10, Boston 11, I think are disasters. They're way too firm. It's like running on concrete. There's nothing to it, and it's dead. Even with the light strike, it just doesn't come to you on those shoes. Yeah, like on the Adidas SL. Even the light strike on them is softening up. Okay, so with the Boston shoes, the light strike in them, and has it got light strike pro as well in it? I can't remember. But either way, it's just a really firm ride. I just couldn't get on with it. I just felt like I've been smacked in the calves by a baseball bat every time I wore them. But the 12, it just looks a little bit sleeker, a little bit more awesome, should I say? I don't know. There's something, it really caught my eye. Out of all the leaked pictures, that's the one that caught my eye. And I go back to what I've said a million times that Adidas, along with Nike, but Adidas in particular, don't make a good daily trainer, which is why I've got the Solar Glide or whatever they're called, Solar Glide 6. As I'm trying to discover a good daily shoe from Adidas, because the SL's a little bit quicker, a little bit firmer. I wouldn't necessarily want to live in it the whole time, although I'm not saying I'm not enjoying it, but it is a firmer, quicker shoe. The Solar Glide I bought in it's like, as I said, it weighs as much as this house. So I'm hoping, although it will have the energy rods in it, that the Boston 12 is that sort of speed 3 shoe for Adidas. That would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? So yes, very much looking forward, Matt, to the Boston 12. If you know when it's coming out, let me know. Will Wilco revert back to Brooks? I don't think the boy will ever go back to Brooks. Mind you, I might see the Max. No, I don't think he will. He's too famous now. He's too famous. Chris, you can go to South Africa and the run. Yeah, I quite fancy. Well, I quite fancy sending. I might come to South Africa and then speak out do the marathon. How about that? Is that a good deal? Again, go down in Hayden's private jet. A little bit more. Sort all this running lot. What's this? Right, Ryan Stevens. Sort all this running. When's the bike review? Heard there was a place. This is the cycling channel of the future, people. So if you didn't know, I'm doing reluctantly Ride 100 because Speakout signed me up for it. And people, you'll be pleased to know I am going to be making the 3rd installment of the trilogy, The Idiot Rides Again. It will be coming out soon when I get out on the thing. Because I've listened to your comments where you said, Fordy, no, seriously, you need to go out and practice on it. You need to go out and, subject your rear end to that saddle for a period of time. So we are going to go out again. I don't know when it is. I've got we've got all the gear now. I've got no idea, but I've got all the gear. I totally look like one of those, people who really have just taken on biking. But there will be a third installment of The Idiot Goes Biking. Right, next one. Thanks very much, guys, for all these comments. Keep them coming. Keep the questions coming. What you want to ask, what you want to talk about, I don't care. This is an open forum, people, tonight. Endorphin Pro 3 for Manchester. Not enough support with them. Yeah, I think it's a good shout. Speedgoat ran round in Amsterdam in them. He ran a 3:46. The course was short. Otherwise, it'd have been 3:45. Helen Hells Bells ran Chicago and Amsterdam in her Pro 3s. Loved them. And she does not hang about. Here we go. Going back to the stride pod. If you missed the start, we was talking about stride pods. Stride pods take some getting used to. You have to learn ignore. I'm just doing ignore it mine. I'm just going to put it on to annoy my friends. That's all I'm going to do, and I'm going to pay no interest to it. But we shall see. We'll put a review up. 147 quid for the Pro 3. Now I don't think that's too bad. What do you think, guys? Think? I don't think 147 quid for the Pro 3s is not too shabby actually. Yeah, that's not a bad shout actually. What else? Not so reliable on like sand. Yeah, I bought what's this? From David. I bought the Saucony Dolphin Speed 3 and never had issues with the plate. So they're not for everybody. I know people like me bang on about them, but they're not for everybody, the Speed 3. I would look at the Puma DV8 Nitro too. That's a good sort of middle ground there. I find New Balance inconsistent in their sizing too. Yeah, Martin's back on it. Yeah, I do. I just find New Balance for whatever reason. And what's weird is that I find the difference in like the shoes, like one that's Fresh Foam X and one that's like Fuel Cell. It makes no sense to me. I think what they do, they just go, you know what, we'll make this, we'll stick it out on that production line, and then we'll go, yeah, we'll stick it on that one. They got no consistency. They're just whatever. They just don't care because they know they'll sell truckloads of them. Right, here we go. What's this? Is it worth the cost of getting Gore-Tex road trainers? No, I would say. I know that's pot kettle, and you're going to go, oh, fool, you download a winter training video, winter shoe videos. I know that. But if you, in terms of price conscious, it's different for me. I get sent these things. So like the Saucony ones were sent in and all that sort of stuff. So it's different for me. I would save the money, be honest with you. Just cowboy out and get wet feet because, they'll dry out. I suppose if you're living in somewhere that's really wet, then maybe. But no, save your money, people. Save your money and spend it on bikes. No, don't spend it on bikes. Bikes are a waste of money. And by the way, how expensive is cycling? Cycling's a joke how much money they ask for bikes and stuff. It's just the wrong price. Really enjoying the Speed 3. Thanks to the recommendation. You're welcome. Glad they're working out. As I said, they're not for everybody, though. If the Speed 3 doesn't work for you, definitely look at the Puma DV8 Nitro 2. That's a good shout, but where is it? It could not be not the maximum, but the what's this? Oh, it's a simulation. Sorry, Mike. So it could be a new film, not the Magnificent, but the Idiot 3 keeps riding. Yes, we could make a whole series about it, but I think people would get bored because that means I'd have to actually do more biking. But I say I'm definitely going to go out again, and we're definitely going to see what happens, and it's going to be no doubt quite amusing. I'm in. What's this? What's right going on about? I mean, having done it before, layer up on the padded shorts and be prepared not to be able to sit down the next day. I'm selling it to you. Yeah, I tell you, this biking, it's not for the faint-hearted. I don't know how people can do it. Firstly, it's boring, right? Biking's boring. After a mile, I just want to get off, right? It's just so boring. And then why would you want to inflict that amount of pain to your rear end? It makes no sense to me at all. Unless you're cycling somewhere to get a sausage sandwich, then there's just no point in doing biking. Zero. Lord, Lord of the Stingy Ring, I think, yeah. He's a good shout. Right, come on, let's get back. Socket, there we go. Sensible comment. Well done, Dermot. Bring us back on track. Saucony nailed it last year with their shoes. Do you think Puma might be the same this year? Right, okay. So last year I said it was Saucony. The year before I actually said it was Puma because Puma came back in, what would that have been, 2021? They came back into the sort of running world, didn't they, with their shoes? And I gave them a big load of love. Let's call it. I was going to say another rude word, but big load of love in 2021 for the shoes that they came out with because they hit the ground running. Really, if you think about it. I still think you know, you're talking about the Speed 3. I still think picking up the DV8 Nitro Elite on Start Fitness for whatever ridiculous price it is a massive, massive thing to do. Go out and get that shoe. It is an absolute joy to run in, the DV8 Nitro Elite shoe. It really, really is, people. But Puma this year, I'll be honest with you, the stuff looks like mild upgrades. So it's very hard to give them some love yet, but it's January, so who knows, right? But from what I've seen from the running event, from the brilliant guys that Believe in the Run and Mike Kafuzi, it looks like it's mild updates. I'm not seeing anything that's like amazingly new, and which that's not a criticism. That's actually, that's what you would do, right? In terms of the cycles, you would just make some tweaks maybe to the upper or whatever, or some of the geometries of the shoe, whatever. But ultimately, it's a winning combo, isn't it? So why would you try and change it? So the DB8 Nitro 2 is a very good shoe. The Elite is a very good shoe. The Fast R is a select taste, I would say. I enjoyed running it at the Great North Run last year. And Puma Grip is king. There's no doubt about that. But yeah, whether they take on Saucony, I'm not so sure. I want a big year from Hoka, because I think Hoka really dropped the ball. I'm excited about the Rocket X2, but I want to see what they can do, because I think they've dropped the ball personally. I think they're too focused in on certain other aspects. Yeah, so at least I say about that. The best probably get myself into trouble. Right, what have we got next? Guys, thanks a lot for all these comments. Yeah, just keep them coming. I can't keep up. It's awesome. I love you. Keep them coming. I bought some Vaporflies. Sorry, need to. First pair of trainers of its kind. Would like to use for London Marathon. Okay, that's interesting. Is it your first London? Is it your second London? I mean, that's a bold statement to go out in Vaporflies. If you just want to get round, but I'm nothing stopping you to crack on. But in terms of breaking them in, I would get them out and do a race in them, 100%. Yeah, I mean, if you're in your training plan, you should have at least 1 or 2 races, right? So get them out for them, use them, see how you get on with them. That's what I would do. Love the new colorway of the Adios Pro. Yeah, I mean, Adidas, in terms of their colorways, apart from this, which is about as interesting as watching Spurs play at the moment, I think their colorways are off the charts. The mint color. If I wasn't like married and had like kids to feed and stuff, and a house to pay for and bills to pay for, then I would 100% go and get the mint version for no particular reason other than it looked awesome. Because I think that mint version of the Pro 3 just looks sweet as a nut. Run the world. I agree. DV8 Nitro is a great shoe. Yeah, and you can get some good deals on them, right? Puma are really good. You can get them. Which shoe you struggling with the lacing? Tell me if it's the Pro 3, the Adios Pro 3, because I stopped in the middle of the Amsterdam Marathon. I gave the geezer the camera. I went, "Oh, that mate, it's some Dutch geezer," and he looked at me like, "What?" And I did my shoelace up. So I'm struggling with them as well. But someone gave me a tip about it, but I can't remember what it was. Sorry about that. Just purchased a pair of Craft Endure Pros. Craft are actually at the National Running Show this weekend. So let's see if they're all about this weekend. Let's have a chat with them and see what they've got coming out. Thinking about the Nova Blast 3 is a more daily trainer. Are they worth the hype? Okay. With the Nova Blast Plea, yes, they're a very good shoe. You've got to be careful of the outsole. The outsole is not great. The outsole on the Super Blast is not great. I was sliding about last night in him. Not last night, on what day was it? When it was really, really wet. I can't remember what day it was. But the Super Blast as well suffers the same problem as the Nova Blast. It's not particularly great, that AHA Plus outsole. They say it lasts for like 10 billion years, but it's very slippery. The TR version's great. So it might be worth looking at that. In terms of the fit, they run long. Or they feel long. Sorry, they feel long. They don't. They for me fit true to size. I couldn't go down a size or up a size. They're a 9.5. But just watch. If I don't know where you are in the world, so just check, because that outsole can be a little bit naughty. But the feedback from this shoe is fantastic. It is just a great shoe that you can do everything in. It's very much like the Pegasus used to be many years ago, before Nike gave up on life and just focused on elite shoes. Here we go. What do we got here, Mark? Saucony Run Shield 2 have been great in the wet. Yeah, Yeah. The run shield. Speedgoat's been running his run shields. I ruined mine last year. All the midsoles all broken up and done. He's still destroying his to bits. I like my Triumph run shields a lot. The grip on them, the outsole on them is phenomenal. It really is. Although at the rear of them, it's starting to come away a bit, which is a little bit annoying. And I did tell Saucony that it's coming away. But yeah, I really like that shoe, the run shields. Fantastic. Hi, FORDY. Hi back, Randon. Nice to have you here. Thanks very much for tuning in. Thanks to everybody for tuning in live. Again, still surprised that anybody wants to turn up and listen to this. Right, here we go. Another cycling comment. I come from cycling background. So bikes are very expensive. Yeah, they do seem very cheap, actually. 100%. Cycling, biking, whatever you call it, it's just a waste of money. Penny, would you do an ultra? Stay tuned to the channel. Velocity Nitro 2 is a bargain at 50 quid. Yeah, it's what I'm saying to you. Puma are great, right? Because you can get them so cheap. I think that's the overriding win factor for Puma running shoes, is the fact that they get discounted down. It's like Reebok shoes. You can get them so cheap. That's the thing with them. And that Puma grip on the bottom of them, yeah, they could save weight, but that stuff is just built to last. It really is. I mean, I've destroyed my Velocity Nitro 2s. They're disgusting. They really are. Second London, Steve. Okay, so you've been around this rodeo time or two. So yeah, well then you know the drill, bruv. Get out there and get those shoes, into play. Firstly maybe take them to a park run, put a time down, see how you feel. All right, they weren't too bad. Stick them into a 10K. And maybe whether you want to run it at goal pace, whatever, see how you feel, and then get them into a half, and whether you turn that on and get proper busy out of the start line, or whether you run that at goal pace. But you do need to put some confidence through those shoes to give you that sort of real nice feelings going into that marathon distance. Especially, I'm always nervous. I didn't change my shoes. I was always an Alpha Fly guy. I wore shoes before the Alpha Fly came out, Glide Rise and things like that. Even Pegasus around the marathon distance. But it was a real leap of faith to put those Adidas Pro 3s on, believe it or not, for Amsterdam, because it's the first marathon I've not, worn something an Alpha Fly for a long time. So yeah, get that shoe out there and give yourself some confidence in that shoe, 100%. Hang on, I'm going to cough again. I'm going to mute it though. Hang on, and I'm going to take a drink. Hang on. Right. You know what, guys? We've been going for 30 minutes already. It's mad, isn't it? Is anybody coming to the running show, by the way? We're live on stage at 3:30 on Saturday. Right, Takumi Sen, 8 is a nightmare to lace. Yeah, I think it's all the Addy Zero shoes, because even the strung's not brilliant. Yeah, Adidas Pro 3, try to run as not, but yeah, laces seem just a tad too short. Yeah, I just still can't get there. As I said to you, I stopped in the middle of a marathon to do them up. Do the Adios Pro 3s come up wide? I've not had any issues with the Adios Pro 3s at all. Until I slipped them on and went out. Off we go. Novas are quite big. Interesting, Adrian. Yeah, I'd say they feel big. I don't know whether they are big. They feel big. Does that make any sense? They do feel long. I don't know. Yeah, it's a funny one, but I find them true to size. Right, what else we got? Elite version. Oh, what's this? There's Mark's back. Elite version of the Puma Deviate Nitro is half price at Start Fitness. Even less with. Yeah, you can get. If you're in the UK, you can go over to Start Fitness. You can use the code 40 runs, all one word, and get 10% off. I don't get paid a penny from that, right? That's just back for you because I love you. It is an absolute bargain. You're right. Deviate Nitro, and you can get the Elite shoes on there, and you can pick them up as well with the code. It's a no brainer. Honestly, no brainer. There we go. I rotate the Tempest. Yeah, Tempest is a fantastic shoe, people. Don't underestimate the Saucony Tempest. It really is a cracking shoe. If you need some mild stability, that'll see you home. It really will. Is Super Blast a great daily trainer? No, because it's so expensive. If the Super Blast was £150, I'd probably say yes. But because it's over 200 quid, it's daylight robbery. Although I really do like the shoe. I really like the Super Blast. But at over £200, it's just not worth it. It really is. It is such a good shoe. But at £200, I want to be buying racing shoes. Do you know what I mean? Hello from Greece, you hero. Whereabouts in Greece, Tony? Let me know. Absolute legend. Tuning in from Greece for this rubbish. Puma Grip is the reason I was able to get out with no issues when it's frosty. Yeah, Puma Grip's awesome and it lasts. It lasts forever. James is coming along to the show on Saturday. Yeah, we're live at 3:30 p.m. Was always a Brooks girl. Start to listen to the Long Run podcast. Yeah. Oh, Triple X. Now, Triple X, what I want to know from you is, do you think the show was crap on Friday? Because you said people are already liking it, but the show could be crap. Let me know. Will the running show? Are you coming along, Triple X, for the group run at 5:15 at the NEC? There's a group run, people, on Saturday. Everyone's welcome. Will Speed Goat be making a contribution? Yeah, he's doing all the AV. So Speed Goat's like day job. He's doing like events and tech stuff, even though he makes a complete cock up every week on the long run show. Or will it be the podcast Speed Goat? I'm guessing it will be podcast. No, I'm guessing it will be serious Speed Goat, to be honest with you, because he'll be like making sure that I'm muted most of the time because I'm probably saying stuff I shouldn't be saying. That's what I'm guessing. Anyway. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you. Hi from Singapore. Wow. That's awesome. Wow, that's cool. I've been to Singapore. Singapore's a very cool place. I'd like to go back. I tell you what, I'd like to go back to Singapore and watch the Grand Prix. That Grand Prix looks amazing. Again, I could take Hayden's jet out there. We need like a world tour, don't we, people? What do you think? We should try and get like Skechers to pay for a world tour of 40 runs. Let me know in the comments if you think that's a great idea. Guys, I'm giving you, what do you want, a 5 or 10 minute warning? Let me know. You've got a minute to decide. 5 or 10 minute warning. Because I've got like stuff to do. Here we go. If you had to pick one shoe, it's none of it. Sorry. If you had to pick one shoe, would you pick the Adios Pro 3 or the Prime? I'd pick the Adios Pro 3. Prime X Strung's good, but it's a luxury you can live without. I hope that helps. Very curious to try the Brooks 15. The Ghost 15. Tony, don't do it. You will fall asleep as you're running along. Yes, Triple X will be there with the missus. Awesome. So hopefully you can definitely make the show at 3:30 live, and hopefully you can come along for the group run as well. Have you tried? Here we go. What's this? This is an interesting question. I like interesting questions. I like all your questions, to be honest. Have you tried any trail shoes with the BOA lacing system? No, I haven't. I'm a simple man. That would just confuse me. But why not? I'm open to anything. Very curious. He's back. Tony, very curious. Now running with the Adios 7 cold weather in Greece. I thought it was always nice weather in Greece. Brooks Ghost 15. Honestly, it's the outsole's very good. All right, give credit to Brooks. The outsole is very good on that shoe. But as a running shoe, we were talking about the Nova Blast 3 earlier. We were talking about some other shoes. The Velocity Nitro from Puma. There's just so much better out there now than Brooks. Just you don't have to buy Brooks just because that's what they tell you to, in the running store. And that's, it's not being horrible Brooks. I've got essentially the Hyperion Max down there. And that's a fantastic shoe. It really is. It's been a lot of fun. There's a few downsides, and I'll probably cover them in the video. But I don't know. It's a Mark's 10 minutes. All right, this is now a 7-minute warning. All right, I'm wrapping this up in 7 minutes. Get your questions in, people. 7 minutes, and we're cutting it. Okay, so get them in quick. Right, here we go. Alternative options for the New Balance 1080 version. I'm surprised the version 11 I thought was a dog. Version 12 though, sweet. I've run a marathon and plus a 5K PB. Really, they just seem to suit me. The only downside, yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. The heel count is a disaster in that shoe. 100% try the 12. The 12's like night and day. Yeah, it really is. The 1080 version 12 is such a better shoe than that version 11. It really is. Just watch your sizing. Brooks are too boring. Yeah, you say that, but Randon, I don't know if you caught the start, but look at them. To be fair to Brooks, this is come this way. Again, listen on the podcast. I'm holding up the Brooks Hyperion Max. This has been a lot of fun. It really has. I'm filming that tomorrow. What would your choice? Here we go. Remember, people, you're on a time Just counting down. What would your choice be for a shoe for running your first ever marathon? Glide Ride 3. If money was no option, I'd actually say the Super Blast from Asics because it fits true to size. It doesn't as weigh like ridiculous amounts of money. You've got a cracking amount of foam in there. There's no plate in there, which is I think is a good thing on a shoe where you're just looking to, bounce about and get the job done. Super breathable upper. As I said to you, fits true to size. The biggest problem with that shoe is its price. So if price was no problem, I would say this ASICS Super Blast. If like most people, you're price conscious, then I would say the Glide Ride 3. But wear them on your long runs, people, and break them in because it's got 2 layers on now, and the bottom layer of flight foam does take a while to break in. The top flight foam blast, I think, is a flight blast plus whatever it is in there. It's super, super nice compared to version 2, but they do need a little bit of breaking in. So I would say Glide Ride 3 all day long. But if money was no object, then I'd get the Super Blast. But maybe wait until they change the colorway because the first colorway, mine are ruined. They're like brown, which is a shame. Daft question, never a daft question. To follow the earlier random question. So we've got a daft question now following a random question. I like this, Apple Tree Estates. And you try on the latest shoes from different brands at National Road. Can you try on? Yes, you can. The brands at the National Running Show, there's loads of them. They're mainly retailers. So like Intersport will be selling, I don't know, whoever, whether it's Adidas or whatever. They'll probably have a representative from the brand making sure that they're, selling stuff the right way. Tend to find there's not that much deviation in the prices, to be honest, on the day. I still think you're better off getting them online, but it is a good opportunity to try some of the shoes on. Although they don't tend to have any of the latest models at the show in the UK, which I think is a joke, really, to be honest with you. But that's because the brands over here still haven't cottoned on to a lot of stuff. They're still very much behind the times. But again, Lisa said about that the best. But yeah, you'll be able to try a load of stuff on. Looking forward to the show. Nice advice, thanks. Option, what's this? Quick. Option for a marathon in England apart from London, Manchester, please. Chelmsford Marathon in Essex, if you're southeast based. A lot of guys like York. One of my runners done York. There's the Leeds one that's going on. A lot of people are doing that. That's a hilly course, apparently. You obviously got Brighton now, which has been taken over by London Marathon Events. So hopefully they get their act together and sort that out. So yeah, there's a couple. You've got Southampton, I think, do one. But yeah, whatever. I don't know where you are. So it's hard to say. Here we go. Right, 2-minute warning, people. Yeah, thanks. I'll give the version 12 a try. Also in Vaporfly 2 and Speed 2, and they've been not be able to touch my. It's interesting. It's a lot of this stuff. It comes down to what you feel comfortable in, what you feel confident in. That's what I was saying about the Vaporflies earlier. It's that confidence level. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes you run your fastest times when you're comfortable and you're confident and you're not questioning your choices. Yeah, and that's probably why you ran that. But lace up and crack on. What do we got here? Boston Marathon in Lincoln, fastest in England. Yeah, I tell you, it's a good ones in Wales are a good shout. The Newport Marathon, that's flat, really flat, apparently. Yeah, Chester's a good one. Thinking Chester for October. Yeah, people do recommend Chester as well. Right, guys. Is there anything else? Because I'm probably going to leave it there. Once again, not spoken about any of the stuff that I wrote down to talk about. So well done, you lot, for keeping me busy for the last 45 minutes and something. Just as a shout out to the guys at Skechers, watch out if you're after a pair like Max Row 5s or whatever. And you're in the UK, hang out for Friday because we've got a code dropping on Skechers. Use the code FORDY runs on startfitness.co.uk and you'll get 10% off that. We don't get paid a dime. What else? I'm back this Friday for the long run show. Is a pre-record. It's a very good show, very funny. It's a pre-record that drops usual time, but it's not live. It's a pre-record because we're at the show. I've got to go up there Friday and set up. And then it's going to be a really, really busy weekend. I hope just you guys who are over here in the UK. I know there's a lot of you listening around the world, which is just amazing, blows my mind. But hopefully I get to see a load of you guys on Saturday, Sunday. We've got a stand at the show. I will be on that stand at some point through the weekend. So come over and say hi. There's cake, and then as I said, we're live on stage at 3:30 doing the long run show. Then we've got the group run at 5:15. I'm having a real trouble remembering all this. 5:15 on Saturday night at the NEC, and then we can chat about it on Monday because we'll be back on Monday 7 o'clock live, and we'll chat about. Be interesting to see. You know, you was asking about the shoe, so I'll give you some feedback on what was there, what was good, what was bad, and we can have a little chat through that. And yeah, if you're going as well, it'd be good to get your feedback. But wherever you are in the world, you know, just thanks for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Thanks again for all the love, support. I genuinely appreciate it. And yeah, that's it for me. Now I'm going to show you my awesome outro. Whether it works or not, I've got no idea. I've got to work out how to work the graphics because I'm on my own, guys. But thanks very much. Yeah, stay safe. I will see you all soon.